Okay, so we've all been there with Shopify where you have more variants, more options that you want to give your customers than Shopify will allow. And ain't nobody trying to upgrade. I don't even know if that's even included in an upgrade. But adding on apps that's like nickel and diming, right? So I found a way a couple of years ago how to offer more product options for the free 99. So in this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through on my website that allows the customers to have however many options that I need them to be offered without the cost of an app or coding. Now, coding is involved, but not the way you think. So the one thing that I will say before we move into this video is this method is perfect for offering additional options that do not require a price change. If the price needs to go up for whatever reason, like because the sizing has increased or for any reason, then leave that variant within Shopify. Anything else, you can use this method for. In this tutorial, I'll show you exactly how I build my custom field, how to copy the code, and how to make it work on your Shopify store. So grab your notebook, open up your Shopify store, whatever you need to do, and follow along. Okay, so you're going to find yourself in your Shopify dashboard. You're going to go to your product. Now you can do this, add this feature to existing products, but we're going to pretend like you are creating a new product listing, and this will be a part of that workflow. And I will try to make little sidebars as much as possible without confusing you. Hope I don't confuse you guys. All right, so I've already preloaded a test product. So this is the test t-shirt that we're going to use. Now, pretend like you've done all of the things. You've done all of this over here. For the most part, you've done all of this basic listing, okay? Now, the purpose of this feature that I'm going to show you is to expand a particular variant. And that variant is totally up to you and what your store needs. I want to preface this by saying if the variant requires a change in price, such as sizing, meaning once you hit a 2x, the price changes, this is not an appropriate feature to use for that particular variant. If we're talking about t-shirts and we're talking about the placement of a design, I offer some shirts, especially custom shirts. Do you want it in the front, back, or both front and back? Front and back wouldn't change the price. Front and back would change the price. I would not use this feature for that variant. I would use this feature for things, and as it relates to a t-shirt or apparel, I would use it for the color of the shirt. You can list 50 colors if you want to, and Shopify will still let you post this on your website. You can do design color. So if you want to have them choose, if you have a design that comes in multiple colors, you can use this for that. However, but you don't want to use this feature if your price has to change. You don't want to use this feature if you have to track inventory off of that, if that makes sense. We're going to go here and we're going to pretend like we're getting ready to complete some variants. Now, your Shopify may look a little different than mine. Some of the things that I'm doing may look a little different. So the shirt that I have in here is blue, so it's automatically choosing blue because you have this connection now. And I'm just going to go in here and choose a couple of different colors just so in the end it'll all look kind of like a legit listing. So then the next thing I'm going to do is size. Typically I would do this first, but we're going to do it here. This is also something that I would not take outside of Shopify. Small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, 3X, 4X. Let's just use them all. And then I would say let's do design location, as I was saying. Now, this one cannot be connected to the meta field, so you'll have to manually enter. And I know that's a little sidebar, but just in case yours look a little different than mine, is because these are connected to meta fields. All right. So design location, I'm going to put front. I'm going to put back, and then I'm going to put front. And back. Now, for me, this front and back would change in price if they chose this. So that's why I want to keep it here. Now in Shopify, you can only do 3 variants and that's it. You can't do any addition. Now you can go in here and add more options if you want to go up to a 10x, if that's even, an option, you can. But the problem is that once you start adding more options under the variants, even if it was color, if you wanted 15 colors here, at some point Shopify, you're going to try to save it and Shopify is going to say no, there's too many options. So you have to go back and knock some of the options off. All right, so I'm going to click save, and that took long enough. So then I'm going to go over to this website called Amine Amari, if I'm pronouncing it right. Here is the website, and I will leave the link down in the description. So amineamari.com. And if you go to the website, you're going to see, the home page. This is not the home page, but you'll go up here, you'll click on custom field generator. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Create a custom field generator. And if you don't know what a field is, you will find out in a minute. All right. So what you're going to do is come over here and choose the type of form field that you want. So depending on what product you're trying to sell on your website, you're going to choose the short text or long text box. You can choose a file upload. This works for those custom orders where you want to allow your customer to upload a picture, and it will come inside of the order when they check out. It works perfectly fine. I've used this before, but now I use an app. But anyway, it works perfectly fine. And it's free. You want to do the chat box, radio buttons, so on and so forth. I use radio buttons, but I use the pills. So I'm going to choose radio buttons, and I'm going to come down here and make sure pills, which it automatically checks it. But if you want it to actually look like a radio button, uncheck it, and it'll give you the little radio buttons. But I'm going to choose pills because that's the aesthetic of my store. The next thing you want to do is label your field. Now, keep in mind, this is a preview over here of what it will look like. So as you're typing over here, it's building it out over here. Let's say I want to do design color. So I want to give the customer the option to choose more than just a white design. I can change this design 50 million different ways. So I'm going to give them the option. So there's two ways you can do this. You can type each one in. So you can say white, separate it with commas each time, black, green, red, blue, so on and so forth. Or if you prefer for them to type in the colors, depending on if you have a graphic that shows them on your website the different color options, you can do a short text. And then you can go do the same thing and have them go in here and type it in. But I'm going to stick with the radio buttons. So you can make the field required if you want to. This is a new feature to show this option. I haven't used that yet, but if you use it, by all means do so and come back and let us know how it worked for you. Now, all you're going to do is click copy code. Don't calm down. All we're going to do is copy the code. We're not coding, okay? It's already done for us. Now, you're going to go back to your website and you're going to click online store. And I'm using an extra theme because this is not my t-shirt website that has entirely too much information on it. So I wanted to use the new website that I'm actually working on. So I'm going to go down here and we're just going to play around in this test theme draft. So I'm going to come over here. Typically you would come to online store themes and you would come up here and click edit theme. But because I'm not going into that because I don't need to expose all that right now, I'm going to click on edit theme here. That's going to bring you to your home page. So whatever your website page looks like on the home page, that's what all of this should look like. And you should know this if you set up your own Shopify store. All right, so you're going to come up here, click on home page, then you're going to come click on products, and just so you can see what it looks like, click on product, default product. So this is what this listing would look like on your website, and in addition to anything else that you would have. But we don't want to do that. So you're going to go back to products, and you're going to go and click on create template. You're going to name the template. Now, I will say, make sure you're naming these templates something that you will be able to remember, or keep some notes somewhere what what is included in these inside of these templates, so you'll know moving forward, especially if you start to use multiple. I have several templates. So for this video, I'm just going to say test, oops, and then I'm going to click create template. That's it. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is come over here under template section, click on the product information drop down, and then I'm going to click on add block. Now, if you do not see add block here because you're using a different theme, then you should be able to hover at some point somewhere up in here, and you'll be able to uh, see a plus sign inside of a circle, and you'll click on it, and it should give you the same results. So you're going to click on add block, or the circle with the plus in it that's down under template, and you're going to click on custom liquid. That's going to open up a whole other section, at least in craft. Keep in mind, all themes work a little differently. So mine opens up over here. Yours may not. You may have to double click on custom liquid to open it up. I'm not sure. It depends on your theme. But what you're going to do is find where it says the box for the liquid code, and you're going to right click, and you're going to paste that code. You're going to save. Okay. And then what it's going to do is it's going to add your design location right here. Okay. But I don't want my design location right there. I want it there, but I don't want it there. And I'm going to show you why. Over here is this right here on this left side of the panel. This is the order of everything over here. I want to click on these little dots on custom liquid, and I want that blue line to appear, and I want to drag it down, and that blue line should follow me, and I want to drop it under variant picker. That's where I want it. Okay. Design color. I probably thought I was looking at design location. Anyway, I want design color to be at the bottom. Or if you want it to be at the top, that's on you. But I prefer anything that I add to be under whatever I've already put in Shopify. So after I do that, I'm going to click save. And then you can click publish if you need to publish it. And then you're going to go back to your products, right? You're going to go back to the product listing that you want. Now, keep in mind, once you make your template, you don't have to go through all of that anymore. You can just create your product listing, and then you'll open up your product listing, come down here to the side panel under theme template, open this up, and choose whichever template is under here that you want assigned to this product. In this case, it will be test. And we're going to click save. Then I'm going to go up here, because I am always making sure you check your work like you did when you was in school doing no math problems. Click preview. And here we have it. Okay. So I had to go back and look. So because I haven't published my site and I'm working under a drafted theme, it's not going to show it in real true time. I'm not going to see my work. I'm going to see that there's 4 options here, but it's not going to change this to what it needs to be changed to until I actually make the website live, which in that case I won't be doing. So you should see your finished product once you're done. All right, so I hope this tutorial helped you with your product listing, and to think about maybe you don't need to pay that $3.99, $4.99, $10.99 app fee that you're using to expand your variants. I don't know. It's up to you. But if you found this video informational, beneficial, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to learn more from my experiences, go ahead and subscribe and turn on those notifications so you will not miss the next upload. Bye.